Mac Jones. Mac Jones is the pocket quarterback. He's the one who played at Alabama and won the national championship and also didn't lose. Also had just tremendous numbers. Kind of the style of quarterback Kyle Shanahan has been drawn to in the past. Not particularly athletic, although he did run a 4.8 40-yard dash. He's not like a stiff. He has very good footwork. He has a quick release. He throws with anticipation. He's an old school pocket quarterback. Do you think this is the guy the Niners are targeting?
Well, obviously I don't, because I'm told you who I'm completely sold on. And I just think that a lot of people are going to be sick to their stomach if we gave up all that to get Mac Jones. Mac Jones is a good player, but he was surrounded by the best talent, by all NFL talent. And, I'm not taking anything away from the guy, but I just don't think that you give up everything and that you're super excited about him. Like you've zeroed in and giving up everything and getting rid of Jimmy to bring him in, because I think he's only a marginal upgrade with a ceiling only marginally higher than Jimmy.
Fair. I think this is the guy they're going to get. Okay. I'm not saying whether they should or not. We can talk about that after, but I think this is the guy they're targeting. And I say it because Chris Sims tweeted it. He says, I think it's Jones. That's his best friend. Mike Silver tweeted it. And Mike Silver's been covering Mike Shanahan for 30 years. Those guys go back. There's a direct line there. Greg Cosell said it. I don't know if he's connected. And to me, it just makes sense. I mean, look at the quarterbacks on the Niners roster. Jimmy Garoppolo, Josh Rosen, Josh Johnson. They're all classic under center type guys. Trey Lance can be like that too. But I think Mac Jones fits that. In fact, I think the best comparison for Mac Jones that I've seen is Matt Ryan. I think he's a lot like Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan was a number 3 pick in the draft as well. Kyle Shanahan had a lot of success with Matt Ryan. Maybe he ultimately won't be as good as Matt Ryan is. But I think I can see Kyle Shanahan looking at him being like, I could do a lot of the stuff I did in Atlanta with Mac Jones. I could go downfield. I could go down the field again like I don't do with Jimmy Garoppolo. I really think that Mac Jones is the target at 3, whether or not he should be.
That's interesting.
And to be fair, I like the kid. I think he's actually pretty good. Pretty good.
First of all, our regime that we have right now does not have a history of leaking out who they're going to pick. So if everybody's saying that they're hearing something, I discard it almost. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Sims would be selling out his buddy.
Sims and Silver didn't say they heard. These are educated guesses from people who know the Shanahans well. So I guess it's just the most educated of the educated guesses, but they don't know. They don't know.
The other mental exercise I'd like to play is, send Mac Jones to North Dakota State and put Trey Lance at Alabama. Picture what happens. And, I play that mental exercise out in my head and I see, you guys do it yourselves. And
you could have done it last year with Herbert and Tua. Put Tua on Oregon and Herbert at Alabama. What's with this Jones target? Tell me when was the last time any quarterback coached by Saban dating back to Michigan State ever panned out in the NFL? Okay, well, you could play that same game with every team. I mean, you can do that with BYU, Texas Tech
until they had Mahomes.
Yeah. So it's
That's
tough.
Not really fair.
In 2019 North Dakota State championship game, the coach was more comfortable calling 30 runs for Lance and 10 passes. It's Wilson, Fields, or Mac Jones at 3.
They won that game, by the way.
I think it's Jones at 3.
Lance ran 30 times, but they won that game, so they weren't afraid to use him for that. So, you do what you have to do. He's a weapon that can do multiple things. He had a bad game in the one game they had this year, but he still ran for 148 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they won the game. So
and another reason it could be because they could keep Jimmy and they could keep Lance on the bench. It's the same thing with Fields. If they want to do some type of if they feel that those two aren't ready right away, they can still take them. That's the point.
Yeah.